Greetings and salutations, and welcome back to Zorndorf and the 7 Years' War. Now, the screen is a little different because we are going to discuss my actual plan for the battle. Strictly speaking, I'm sort of limited on what I can plan, but I'm going to do it anyway. So, as you can see, here is the Prussian army. Here is Zorndorf itself. My plan, strictly speaking, is to have Manstein's division and my guns basically. Yeah, that's too thin. Let's take up position along here and attack forward, drawing in Russians, while my rightmost division goes round the woods to attack this chunk of their line. And then, of course, I'll have my secondary line to move up as necessary. Von Seidlitz on the left is going to take up position just about sort of here and threaten the Russian flank like he did historically. As for my cavalry on the right, it's mostly going to be committed to supporting this assault, but also guarding the right from the Russian cavalry that's off to the side. Thankfully, the terrain in places really does limit mobility. So, for example, I doubt he's going to go into the woods, because I'm certainly not, because, well, it will just disorder everything. And it's not like we have light infantry. This is pre-Napoleonic, where light infantry are abundant. Only the Austrians really have the light infantry at this period, with their Grenzers. Others have them, but they're so damn rare, it's just like, yeah, no. So, my plan is basically to try and smack into the Russians with both my lead divisions at the same time, with a bit of support from cavalry to just not necessarily overwhelm him, but certainly give him a good whacking in the face. My other options would be, but first, before everything else, I'm going to want to soften him up. So I'm going to spend maybe an hour before I assault to try and soften up the Russians. So all my guns just firing at them to try and soften them up in places, especially once I bring up my reserve guns to assist. But that is the plan. Is it a smart plan? No. Is it a subtle plan? No. But at Zorndorf, the Prussians really can't do subtle or smart because of the terrain. But that is that. So let us get on with the replay and see what has happened. Interesting. His cavalry over there on this side of the Zabengrund is moving. Interesting. He's pulling his guns back. And looks like he's rearranging his line in places. Interesting. I'm curious as to what he's doing with his reserve line. They are probably going to be hidden in this gully around the Galgengrund. There's some Cossacks. Russian Hussar. They went into here, I think, to hide themselves from prying eyes. They will do one of two things. Either go towards the Langergrund and then across. Or they'll stay in this sort of dead ground. Or not. Interesting. Alrighty, he opened fire as well. Brigade Malachowski has released, so... Let us start on this side of the line, where the von Zeiten Hussars and the Malachowski Hussars are to take up position there. Just to say, hello, we're here, we're not coming across, but we're here. Fear us. Now, as for the artillery, given his relocation, I'm almost tempted to move forward without the very softening artillery fire. Which I know is beyond silly. So let us get the artillery fire softening him up a bit. This gun is not going to fire, I think. Okay, let's... As for... And then we'll move the rest of von Seidlitz's cavalry. Just gonna take up positions around there. Now, as for the main line, I think it's time given just the given that, what is it? It's 9:15. I will advance, I think, if not fully, but at least, maybe not fully, but at least partially. So von Knusel's brigade will advance. And then von Kaladin will also advance, so that will be Manteuffel's, with Manteuffel's division. I accidentally called him Manstein because of the Battle of Kolin, because that's who I was thinking of. So with this, with the advanced guard under Manteuffel advanced, these 6-pounders will limber, I think. I think. Yeah, that's going to be tough to maintain that command. Chain of command with... Who do you belong to? You belong to Prince Vakada. Von Vakada... you're fine for now, so bring you up, bring you, and I'll bring these guns over here. So in this case, given the terrain and everything else, I've sort of gone for a staggered attack here, but that's perfectly acceptable to me. Von Kaunitz will be ready to follow on, so it's time to make sure they are ready to go. Okada's reserve, as that's what he's going to be. He's just going to be the reserve. You are going to limber up. The Prince von Prussian. The 6-pounder will head this way to support them. And then Moritz will head into the middle, as will Frederick himself. We are going to shift, however. The cavalry. Scholema's cavalry is to shift a little bit. to fall back sort of out of effective range of their artillery, but also just allow a bit more space to get people ready to go. Do I? You know what? I will. I think it is worthwhile to get Von Bülow's brigade one step closer to this wood is a little awkward. It's forced Von Bülow to actually go left rather than right, like I would have liked, but that was my fault. Besides, I could have delayed a little bit longer. I have chosen not to, so my choice, my decision. So, the plan here is for von Kersel to take the Fuchsberg. He's going to attack the Fuchsberg and try and take it. This little fish pond, as that's what it would be, this brigade, von Kaladin, is to support that assault on this side of it. Bring up the wagons, because I know from hard experience we are going to need those. So, and then we leave von Bieberstein and his cavalry in reserve, as I don't think I need I don't really want to move them at the moment. So the Laos Hussars are basically going to try and keep my right flanks secure, as will the von Normann Dragoons. Who are all armed with carbines. What about you? Yeah, they're all armed with carbines. They have the traditional dragoon role. But it's just not worth using them in the traditional dragoon role. So, if nothing else, von Seidlitz is going to be forcing him to deploy troops along the Saarbrücken to prevent him from getting across. So I think that has given me plenty of choices. Now, are we going to charge across the Saarbrücken? No. But if there's an opening, he will come. Seidlitz will come across. And you just can't see anything, so you're actually going to limber up. and then go there and face that way, and then get ready to unlimber. And then we'll bring the Norman Dragoons that way. Sholomar. So I got, what, 24 guns there. We got, what, 48 guns or so over here at the moment that are unlimbered and firing. So, what have we? I've lost 6 horsemen, he's lost 94 infantry and an artillery gun. Not bad. So, we will keep this up, I think, and look to continue to press forward. So for now, that will be that. So, melee phase, I have none. So, that is that for that turn. It's gonna kick off very quickly, no doubt. But for now, it's still fairly early days. It's still only 9:30. So, now to get a minor victory at the very least, I need 400 points. Major victory, I need 900. So, the various positions that the Russians hold, especially the Fuchsberg, will certainly help tip that. But for now, they will have to be taken from them. So, what's very interesting about this battle historically is this is not the original start positions of the armies, because originally Frederick was coming from up here, was coming from the north, and then he goes round, and the Russians just go about turn and just turn their entire army 180. So, I am happy to be playing this because it's something very different. As you can probably tell by the way I'm moving things, it's very different from Napoleonic. It's very different from... it's not that different from American Civil War, with lines being the main thing. But it's still different from it. So, for now, that will do. So, I hope you have enjoyed this second episode of Zorndorf and the 7 Years' War. Went brain dead for a second. But I hope you have enjoyed it, even though it's mostly me just gabbering. If you have, consider leaving a comment, hitting that thumbs up, or subscribing, if you haven't already. But I will see you all with the next episode. So I hope you enjoy this sort of deviation from Napoleonic ACW. If you would like to see more, let me know in the comments. And I will see you all very soon. So until then, bye bye for now.